Hello friends and enemies, welcome back to Happy For Now. It's time for some Menage recommendations. So we are literally going to focus on trios or trio pairings happening in the same book, not anything past 3 because things are always better in multiples, right? I personally love a good Menage or more book, and I've recently honestly felt like I've read enough finally to give some recommendations of a varying level of kink in all of these books, because in and of itself, in my opinion, Menage is not that kinky. It's more so when we start adding in other things. Let's get to it. I've got my list here. We're just gonna dive right in, and I'm so excited. Seriously, this is the other rec video I've been dying to do. All right, first up, we have All Together by Brill Harper, and she also has All at Once. These two books both are pretty low on the kink scales, specifically All Together, in which it is the best friend's brother, who she moves in with. She's this sweet, innocent girl, kind of, doesn't really know a lot of things, and the brother and his roommate decide to help her out, and it goes from there, and it is delightfully filthy. It has a wonderful epilogue, and I don't usually like epilogues, honestly. This one was really good, and it just was about how the three of them could support each other in a way that they couldn't do that on their own, like as just as a couple, one of them together, and it needed to be a unit of all three. This book is so freaking good. I devoured it. She calls this part of her Alpha Mellows series, like her heroes, and honestly, it's the perfect encapsulation of who and what they are, and it's my new favorite kind of hero, which I don't think there's a lot of, to be honest, and those are alphas who are also softies when they need to be, and the best balance, honestly. And I need to read her backlist, but I want more Menages from her first and foremost. Like, as soon as possible. It is getting me through this year. I need more Menages. Next, I have Pink Slip by Katrina Jackson. This is a spy thriller romance of sorts. It's like a spy adventure, and it's about their assistant who puts in her pink slip and has to go on one last mission with them, and she ends up being part of the mission, and they kind of go a little together on this adventure. There's some pegging, and I enjoyed this. It read to me more like an adventure book than a romance, but that's not always a bad thing. I had such a fun time with this, to be honest with you. And I enjoyed their dynamic. I enjoyed how they finally came together. Like, they saw that they couldn't just be apart or like let her go. They couldn't let her go, and they had to become a unit. And it was so sweet. It was so good. And it was pretty steamy. Next, we have Men with the Golden Cuffs, also following in on a more kinky scale, like higher on the kink scale here. This is part of Lexi Blake's Masters and Mercenaries series, and I think this was one of the first like Menages I read that was MFM, so male, female, male, and I really enjoyed it. I do not believe the swords cross in any capacity in this though, like FYI, I don't remember that happening, but this was really fun to watch two different doms take charge of caring for her, and also how they would like trade off on things, and like one was kind of more the caregiver and one was more like punishment and other things, and I think it just had a really great balance of the two, and I really enjoyed these because they're kind of that romantic suspense with BDSM mixed in, which I think can always be a fun time depending on my mood. Like, if I'm in that right mood, I love these kinds of stories. The angstiest book on my list is Harbor by Rebecca Weatherspoon. This just came out. It's book 3 in Beards and Bondage. You can read it as a standalone. This is a Menage. It is about three people who lost partners who were cheating on them with each other, and months later they come back together and they're working through a lot of things together. And I think this one was really great in showing how people may use BDSM to heal or to take care of themselves for different reasons, things you may not think about often in other books, to be honest, and I think this really demonstrated those items in a beautiful way. I loved this book. I think this was like probably one of her strongest. I really liked Haven. That was actually my favorite, but I think this was just a really good Menage. I think the couples, the way they interacted, their lives connecting back together really made sense, and it really worked. And the setup is bonkers. It's very over the top, but like in the best way. So I don't think you can go wrong. If you want to give it a try, just know that this is definitely higher angst going in than something like All at Once. And then we have a quick short novella called The Roommate by Brandy Bush. This one features a girl getting it on with her roommate's parents. That's right. She goes home with her for the Christmas holidays and listens to them between the wall, doing the dirty, and decides to come back at some point, and they all get it on. And let me tell you, this was 60-some pages of smut. Pure smut in the best way. I really, really, really enjoyed my time with this, but I do think you need to know ahead of time, like, it's short, and I kind of left it feeling like I wanted more, which isn't always a bad thing, but I was a little disappointed when it ended and it was just done, and I was like, but I could have used like 20 more pages. It still was a total blast, total filth, delightful, definitely more on the erotica side of romance. Like, it's an erotica novella, really. It's not a romance, but I needed a fan. I needed a cold shower after that book, y'all. Next we have, of course, who this video would never be complete without, is Katie Robert. She has quite a few Menage books out right now, and I have to talk through them, and they're all from the Wicked Villain series. Most of those books actually feature some kind of Menage scene, I feel like, but they may not be a Menage couple, so we're just gonna focus in on the Menage couple books. So we've got Learn My Lesson, which is the Hades, Hercules, and Megara romance. I really like this one. This one also has pegging, so you can't go wrong with that. And I think that this one really features some great scenes and dynamics between the three of them. Hades is just, I love him. You know, I'm a weirdo. I love a good bad boy like him. I don't know. Give me a devil character and I'm all in, always. So, you know, that's just me as a person. We're just revealing all of our ids here. So yeah, this one is great. I really liked the dynamics here. If you didn't love Desperate Measures, I would still maybe try Learn My Lesson. You might like it more. I think the kinks in this one are a little less jarring for those of you who had issues with the consent, non-consent in Desperate Measures. Then we have Beast, which has Belle, Gaetan, and Beast getting it on. This one is my favorite. I loved this book so much, y'all. Like, I just, again, I needed a cold shower. I was just, steaming, smoking hot. So freaking good. Like, so good. I really can't recommend this one enough. I can't recommend this whole series enough. If you want like a lot of kink and an interesting plot, but basically, I mean, truly banging is the plot in these books, and I'm here for it personally, so I can't really complain too much. Yeah, I loved this so freaking much. I am a huge fan of Beauty and the Beast retellings, and I love when we just kind of turn it on its head completely, and this was one of those. I think that you could kind of read any of these without context of the others, but you might want the context. But yeah, I think Katie is just really good at doing Menage and bigger pairings. She really gets the... You don't stop and think that's not possible, I guess, if that makes sense. Because you do have those moments sometimes in other Menage books where you're like, what? Huh? That wouldn't work. But Katie knows how to make it work and to make your face bright red. I've got some other Menage books on my TBR. I really want to find more, especially more like Brill Harper's. So I'm hoping to read Elia Winter's 3 for All series very soon. I know I need to read The Sea Witch by Katie Roberts soon, and I think that Katrina Jackson also has another series from scratch, I believe it's called, that also features Menages, and those are definitely on my radar to read sooner than later. So let me know in the comments if you like Menage books or not, and if you do and you have a favorite and I didn't mention it, drop it in there, down there for me, so I can be sure to check these out, because I'm always on the hunt. Like I said, I am finding a lot of comfort in some very filthy books lately. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe for more romance content. I will be here 3 days a week with a new video, and if you want to find links to any of these books, those are all in my description box. You will also find a link to any of my social media channels down there, which is Instagram, Goodreads, and Twitter. You can also find me on Discord in the Romance YouTuber Discord chat. There's a link in the description box for that as well. Come hang out with us. It's a pretty chill place. You can come if you're a viewer or a creator. It's open to all. And what else? I think that's it. So thank you so much for watching my video. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.